Morning guys, I just woke up after like the crappiest night of sleep, so I'm not rested whatsoever, but hey, I got myself some coffee, which is not a thing that I do. So yeah, I have it here with an insane amount of sugar because I don't like the taste of coffee. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm still a bit ill, so excuse everything. Today, I'm gonna do something that I really wanted to do for a very long time, but it always didn't line up with my like work schedule or some other schedule, or just in general didn't line up. Zoe from Read by Zoe sometimes hosts these 24-hour readathons that I'm sure you guys seen, and it's just readers reading for 24 hours non-stop, skipping sleep sometimes, or I think now most of the times, for 24 hours straight. Their number one priority is to read. Obviously they eat as well, but like other than that they just read. And I really wanted to do one of those. However, I have not been sleeping well just in general for like the couple past months, so I really just can't afford staying up. But instead what I decided to do is I'm gonna have 24 hours of awake reading. No way, 24 hours of reading. So I will sleep, but I'll read for 24 hours when awake. But yeah, it's gonna start 6 p.m. today and last all day tomorrow. And in total it's gonna be 24 hours, so it works out perfectly. AJ is sort of joining me on his end. I don't know if he's vlogging or not. We're just like buddying up for this. We're gonna buddy read the first book in the readathon as well. It's just like, I just thought that it's gonna be so nice, and I always love watching those vlogs. My plan now is to wake up, make sure that this head thing gets away from me because I was sort of like sore. Just before that though, I will pick the pile of TBR for what I want to. I have no idea how much I'm gonna read, probably not a lot. I'll pick a pile of books to narrow down my choices during the readathon. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. So I've just finished filming. It's now, what's the time? This is how lazy I get. What's the time? Aha! 15 minutes to 2. Good time as ever to choose the books that we might read or we might not get to read, but maybe. Hi boy. Hi. Should I read you? I want to have options, but I don't want to like spend time looking at my shelves thinking what should I read, so I'm trying to like narrow it down. What I'm gonna definitely, oh shizzle. What I'm gonna definitely read, and it's gonna be the first thing that I read, is Gemina, the second one for the Illuminae, because I've been really wanting to, and it just seems like so much fun, you know, because I like the first one. It's been long enough without this, and I need it in my life. What I should really be reading is the miniatures, because that's the thing that I'm supposed to read this month, but I don't feel like it, so here we go. At some point that I will gonna get really tired and I'll just want to look at something less trading, I suppose, and then I'll go ahead and read the second one for Lock and Key, and it's Head Games. The person who sent these to me said that the second one was their favorite, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm hoping, if anything, to read those two for sure. If after I read Gemini I'm still really into sci-fi mood, because sometimes that just carries on, then I'm gonna go ahead and grab Dark Matter. One is that I really am looking forward to this book and I heard amazing things, and two, because I actually also have it on my Kindle, so if I want to swap the hardcover for the Kindle, this might be, you know, because sometimes in dark hours this is a bit less draining for me. After reading Turtles All the Way Down, I'm sort of like in the contemporary mood, so I sort of also want to exploit that because I'm not often in a contemporary mood. So I have two that I wanted to read for a while now. One is that I wanted to read for a big while, like a year, maybe longer, and it's Made You Up. So this is in case I'm feeling like I want a bit more of a serious one, because it deals with mental health and I feel like it's schizophrenia. And this is also by the author, it's Francesca Zappia, which is the author of Eliza and Her Monsters, which I thoroughly enjoyed, so might actually choose that to read. And if not, I want to try They Both Die at the End, because again, for multiple reasons. One is that I have never read anything by Adam Silvera and I want to try it out. Two is because I know this is supposed to be a cry fest at the very end and people always cry at the end, and as not a big of a crier, I want the challenge. And I want to see if it's gonna, you know, squeeze the tears out of me. Clearly they both die at the end, and also the world really intrigues me. It's about a world where people know when they're gonna die, and they got paired up, I think, with other people that are gonna die on the same day to like hang out, I suppose. They already have something in common, so so I might get that, but I'm not entirely certain. And as always with me, nothing is set in stone, so I don't know, maybe I'll grab something completely different, but I doubt it. I want to like stay within this. I was also considering The Hate You Give, but I thought that maybe I need a fresher head for that type of reading. And if I feel extremely shit, that's another thing. If I feel really crap because like I feel I'm still ill, I might go for a manga, maybe like in between or something. I don't know, you guys, we'll just have to wing it. I still have a few hours until 6 p.m. I want to edit something. Excited. 5:59. I'm just sitting here waiting for the actual start. I'm talking to AJ because he's sort of joining me, and we have some rare chicken points. So the next one is at 9 and then 11 and then 1 o'clock. So we're reading from 6 to 1 o'clock today, and then 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. tomorrow, but we're checking in with each other because we're both reading Gemini to start with. I've chosen my bookmark. It seems appropriate because it has a moon on it. Ta-ta-da-da! Hooray! So it officially has started. So I'm gonna crack on with this one and check in with you in a little bit. Why are you staring at me like that? Hello? Sue's decided that he is more important than my book, so now I'm not as comfortable. It's 20 minutes past 7. I am currently on page 72 of the book. I am enjoying it. It takes me a while to get into. I'm now thinking that it was probably a bad idea not to look at my book talk about this book, because I did make one with Logan, but it was a long video and I was like, can't be bothered. But now I'm sort of don't really remember what happened, but they are bringing some stuff back, so you know. Oh, and he ran away. Okay. Looking forward to see what else happens. I'm sort of sad that we're not following the same people as in the first book, but I'm sure they're gonna meet with the new peeps at some point. I have literally just learned why I read so extra slow sometimes. It's because this little thing comes over and then literally demands pets. Yeah, you do. Why are you upside down like that? You little bat. And then if I stop petting him, he starts meowing. Yeah. I'm not gonna say obviously any spoilers or anything here, but if you've read the book, I'm just at the part where the auditors come in, and it's page 113, the last page of it. Holy! That was a dark scene. That was very darkly written, and I loved it. This is the first scene that I'm actually like, yes, this is what I came here for. Up until this point it was like, it's still alright, like, you know. I'm not a big of a fan of Hannah and her like doodles and logs as I was of Katie. Katie was more badass, I suppose. I don't know. I still like her. I just don't like the style of the logs from her side. It's sort of like a little bit of annoying. Oh, next page looks like this. Cool. I think this is where shit happens. Like, shit is starting to happen. I feel like, you know what this calls for? It calls for a snack. What time is it even now? 8. It's 10 minutes, well, 12 minutes past 8. Getting kind of cold. Maybe tea is gonna be in order soon, or like a change of jumper, because cold. Got some tiny bags of hula hoops. And I'm gonna crack on further because shit's happening, and also because there's no other option. I'm just reading today. The cows, guys, the cows. Yeah, Momo? It's disturbing. This book is disturbing. Thank God you're not Lucy, Momo. So sad. Ow. I'm gonna make myself some tea, I think, because getting cold there sitting by the window. I do think this book is a little bit slower than Illuminate. It's hard for me to remember, but I remember being like quite hooked for that one pretty early. I don't really care for the crew that much yet. I think that initial attack in Illuminate was, you know, you get emotionally involved and stuff like that, which didn't really happen in this one until like page 100 or something. I still don't really particularly care. I don't dislike the book though, because it's fun and it's always fun to read. One thing I will mention though, I think that it has way more security logs, which is like proper writing basically, other than just their chat logs, which is, you know, something that you can read quicker. So I do think this is gonna be a bit of a longer book than the previous one. Fam, I am getting sleepy. It is now, what is the time? It is 20 past 11. I think I've definitely slowed down a bit and I'm getting like warm and sleepy, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm only at page 262. Bear in mind that like some pages are, you know, chats like that, so it's just like a massive reminder of how slow of a reader I am. We just had like a 10-15 minute catch up with AJ because we have those scheduled. At this point it's just basically we can do it, because I think he's getting a bit slow as well. Not slow, a bit sleepy. So I don't want to like get any caffeine in myself, because I will want to sleep because I want to wake up earlier. I don't want to eat anything because I was considering a banana. A banana has been considered. I don't want to eat so late either. It's like a bunch of potassium at 11 o'clock just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Okay, let's get the party going. I'm tired. Maybe I'll just sleep on my beanbag. That way I can just wake up and go right back in it. Sounds like a plan. Okay, night. It is 1 o'clock, which means I am done for today. I am right here in the story. I am on page 412 out of 659. So what is that? 65% or something? I don't know. Suppose that's quite alright. I don't know. I've never done these before. So if I take it like 55 pages per hour or something of this, then it'll take me 4.5 hours or something like that to finish up this tomorrow. So if I do manage to wake up at 8 a.m. then I can be done a little bit before 1 p.m. or something like that, right? I am enjoying it though. Like, I am loving most of the characters. I have a horrible feeling that one of the main ones that I like is gonna die. It's just whenever I like a character, I'm gonna be like, they're gonna die, aren't they? Yeah, but I'm really liking it. It's getting more suspenseful and it's, you know, keeping us on the edge. So hooray. I feel like I've been trying to push myself a little bit at the end there, so I'm not entirely certain if I still need to wind down. Usually winding down for me is like a bit of reading, but not that sleepy, but maybe I'll hit a pillow and I'll just fall asleep, I don't know. So I think that's everything for today. I'll hopefully wake up 8 a.m. tomorrow and go right into that. See you tomorrow. Dark outside. Hating life at the moment. Shut up, Bubble. 8 o'clock. Can't see it. 8 o'clock. I am up. I've taken my thyroid meds, which means I need to wait for an hour or so before I eat something, which means that's also how long I have to wait before I take any caffeine inside of me, which is, you know. 11:42. Technically finished reading The Beast, oops, at 11:20 or something, and then spent 20 minutes speaking with AJ on the phone. I did like it in total. I'm happy with it. I do think that this was filled with more of like actual text, not logs per se, when compared to Illuminate, so it definitely was a little bit more time consuming. I do prefer Illuminate, to be fair. I mean, it's weird. I do prefer Illuminate for the format because I feel like they're starting to get into more wordy stuff here, and whilst I love that, I really did like the pace of Illuminate better. but some of the characters, or maybe it's because it's been so long since I read Illuminae, some of the characters I feel like I like more from Gemini, and I also enjoyed the twist at the end there. I think that the title of this one fits the book better than Illuminae did, so I'm happy about those things. As I said, it's 11. I finished at 11:20, which is earlier than I expected. So yeah, I think I said that I'm gonna finish at 1 o'clock yesterday. Well, I finished a bit earlier, so that's good. I haven't eaten though, and I haven't had any caffeine in me, and I need it badly. But first things first, I think I'm gonna go and have a very quick shower, and then hopefully make some food, crack open a can of some poison, and decide on my next read. All freshened up, I think. I don't know what the time is. I still need to make my bed. I haven't done that, but first things first, I need to get some food into myself. So I'm gonna go make, I think I'm gonna make courgette fritters. While I was showering, Logan did the dishes because I couldn't do the dishes because I'm on a full-on readathon. Score me. Should do this more often. I want to use the natural light, and I'm gonna pick my next read and eat my shitty fritters because I have a feeling they didn't turn up the way that I wanted them to. Haha! 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, yay! As you know, the selection is this. I'm not gonna read the graphic novel now. I will read it when I'm dying. I think I'm alright for sci-fi just now, so I'm gonna put this aside. Then we have these two. Don't really feel like reading this one, so I suppose that just leaves me with this. Made you up. There we go. So first of all, I changed into this sweater because I got cold and I'm cozier now. Now on to the sad news. I'm only on page 28, although the first like 10 or something didn't count. I am so deeply disappointed. So deeply disappointed because I read Eliza and Her Monsters, and that one was about an anxious person, and it was quite accurate and I really enjoyed it, like a lot. So it pains me to say that I am actually DNFing this book after 29 pages, which is the fastest I've ever DNF'd a book. Not to go too much into the details because obviously I read a tiny bit of this book, so I can't really speak for the rest of it. Even this early on, I got a feeling that this is gonna be the case of this unfortunate flashy version of schizophrenia that everyone in the media seems to just grab onto. Delusions and hallucinations were used as synonyms, which they're completely not. None of the negative symptoms were mentioned. It was literally just like the flashy hallucinations and ooh, look how cool, it's like a imaginary friend, but cooler. You don't know what's real. I didn't like the vibe this was giving me. Oh, negative symptoms are, so when I say negative, I don't mean like negative, it's just how they're called. It's lack of something. So if a positive is gonna be the delusions and hallucinations, something that you get. Negative is something that's a lack of, so speech impairment, memory impairment, something like that, slurs or, you know, whatnot. It's been a while since I studied schizophrenia and death, so I don't want to like go on and on and on in case I say something inaccurate. And just the dialogue when she's going and she's saying, oh, don't be an idiot, blah blah blah, and it's just no. So I had this horrible feeling, and bear in mind it took me like 28, those 29 pages or 38, I don't know how many there were in the beginning, took me so long to read, like an hour, because it just didn't make sense in my mind. Anyway, so I had this horrible feeling, and then I was like, I need to check the reviews, because I think this is gonna be horrible. I think this is not something that I want to read. I have no doubts, guys, that if you read this book and you like this book, and I have no doubts that this has some serious stuff talked about. I don't think that this book was written from a malicious point of view of, like, you know, just using schizophrenia as a cool thing to write in a book. I don't think that it was done on purpose whatsoever. I really, really don't. There's not much in my mind that I can justify this lack of research in the book that you're publishing to a younger audience. It's just, there's just enough of that. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to go ahead and read some reviews, and I found one that just summed up everything that I was thinking this is gonna be. And it was a review by, if you're interested in that review, it does have some spoilers though. It's a very, very savage review. I have to say, it's very savage and it's not constructive at all. It's by someone called Clementine on Made You Up. It's very ranty, it's not respectful. It's from someone who's training to be a psychiatrist, and I definitely, in their comment, I definitely found what I was looking for. I'm so sad because I was so looking forward to this book, and I really like her other book. Again, speaking from a person's perspective that only read 30 pages, alright? So far, I just thought that this is gonna go in places that I don't want to go, in ways that I don't want to see. And again, I'm so happy if you've related to this book, if it helped you in any way. I don't care if it's accurate, if it's not accurate. If it helped you, then that's all awesome. I still don't feel like reading Dark Matter, so I suppose that leaves us with They Both Die at the end. So I couldn't focus whatsoever on reading because I had to like chill a bit. So I just spent like half an hour speaking with AJ, and then now I'm gonna go and actually read. Only like 8 pages in, but I think that is quite like a dark humor thing, and I am here for it. Basically, I think that the 2 to 3 o'clock or 1 to 3 o'clock, well, 3.5 really, was the part where I'm like struggling. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my location for a bit to just mix it up. What a sad life. I'm gonna go sit in the living room. I'm gonna also, I think, pop some popcorn for added motivation. They Both Die at the End is going much better than the previous book for me personally. I'm moving back into the bedroom. I'm just uploading a video now to go live while I read. Logan's peeing, so I can't really focus here. I made some tea because it's freezing. Yeah, They Both Die at the End. I don't know why I picked that up. I know why, but to be honest, those concepts are basically the ones that trigger me the most, so this is probably a very stupid decision. Basically, I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of dying, and this is like the worst nightmare. This is about this world where they call you up before 24 hours before when you're gonna die, and you don't even know the time that you're gonna die. You just know that within the 24 hours you're gonna die. So you don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know, you know, by whom or something. You just know you're gonna die. So you're left for those 24 hours completely afraid to do anything. So you're just like crapping yourself, which sounds really not fun. And it's about some lonely people, which is also again one of my triggers. And you have your own funeral when you're not dead, so you're there with all of the people grieving you when you're not dead yet. That sounds like a worst thing possible. And then there's this app to find your last friends, to like hang out with someone not necessarily dying, but someone who signs up to the app. And I think that's how the characters are gonna find each other. But like, god damn it, that's horrible. That's such a horrible scenario. But it's actually written in a really nice manner that is quite funny. It's like dark humor, definitely, which I like. The speech is very distinctive to like youth, but it's very natural, so I quite like that. It's like reading stuff on Reddit, which is great. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only like 70 pages, 60 pages in, I don't know. But yeah, I'm uploading the video. I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna move on to the bed somehow. Get the... oh, there's one cat there. Hello, cat. There was another cat right there. Something happened here. What happened here? Gonna fix that. I'm so afraid I'm not gonna even finish this book. I feel like I wasted at least a good chunk of today by being in a weird mood and trying to read the Made You Up one. It's 5:20, so it's still okay amount of time. That's really about it. Check with you later. Right guys, real story, real quick. It is 7 o'clock now. 7 o'clock. I think I slow down to the maximum. I get distracted by everything. I think I just got tired, and I actually am enjoying the book. I just feel like I just got tired and I just didn't want to read anymore. So spend it sort of procrastinating, not doing anything. So then I allowed myself to watch a video because I was like, I'm just sitting here either way. And now I'm just trying to get back into it. Something that I know I will regret later. But I think that the situation calls for it, and that is to crack on another one of those. I'm only on page 103 as well. It's so slow. Anyway, maybe I'll pick up the pace and deal with this. Oh, I realized that I haven't checked in, but that's because like nothing else happens. I'm just still reading. I got out of my like midday slump. Look at that, 22. I'm on page 241 of this book. Don't know if I'll finish today. It all just really depends if it picks up the pace. There was one bit, if you've read this book, there was one bit with the homeless guy that completely like just hit me in the feels. I always had like a soft spot for that. But yeah, no, it's alright. It's depressing as was expected for the subject. It's very nicely written. It's written in the manner that it doesn't completely crush you. Not yet. I don't think I'm gonna get to the graphic novel, sadly, unless I do stop at some point and just grab that instead. But I think I'm just gonna crack on with this one. Guys, I've done it. Literally like a few minutes past 1 and I finished the book. I'm slow. Like I knew I was slow, but I'm slow. I'm like quite tired. Didn't cry. It is confirmed I have no heart, because I know a lot of people, basically all of them, cry because of this book. It was sad. It was definitely depressing. It didn't crush me, so I suppose congratulations to me. I don't know, but I still had feels, so I have emotions, I swear. I think I will just do the normal catch up with you guys tomorrow. I need to just like calm down and chill. Hello! Hi. Do ignore the hair, I just washed it. This is how it looks like before I deal with it. As promised, I need to like sit down and wrap this readathon up. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a little bit difficult yesterday. I don't think I was really in the reading mood, which is not ideal for the main readathon day. Of course the card was full, because of course. So I originally planned to, you know, do my hair, blah blah blah, but that takes so long and I cannot wait that long before I open this box. And this is my Christmas parcel from Jess, and I really wanted to open it here so she can see me opening it. I'm so excited, so I couldn't wait any longer. I'm surprised I even showered. So I'm gonna open that parcel first and show you guys what she— ow! Well, this is what happens when I'm too excited. I'm passing this book along to you. It is one of my favorite stories, and I would love for you to have it now. That is so sweet, Jess. Hope it's not porn. A Wrinkle in Time! I actually really wanted to read it and I never had. And this is the graphic novel. That's so awesome, thank you! Then there's another one. Oh no, it says open this present first. Well then put it on the top, Jess, I didn't know! Neverwhere. I haven't read anything by Neil Gaiman yet, and I know how much she loves this. This is so sweet. Then we can talk about all of her favorite things. I hope I like them. And there's another massive one. That is so cute. Jess, you're literally the cutest human being. Oh my god. You guys know me way too well. So she sent me this quote bookmark, and AG sent me this one as well. And there's another book. Jesus Christ. Ooh, I don't know what it is, but it has red edges, and you know, guys, how I feel about edges. No, you didn't. I would have never bought this for myself. That's so sweet. That's the Name of the Wind. It's my favorite book in this special edition that it has pictures. Oh my, it has pictures. I didn't know it has pictures. I am so excited. This just calls for a reread. Oh my god. I love the style of the pictures. Oh my god. I'm so excited. And that's how it looks like underneath. I almost wish I sorted my hair for this book so it didn't have to see me like this. This is absolutely stunning. I love it. I didn't know it's so massive. Holy crap. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you so much, Jess. let's sort the readathon now. I think the way it works, you just basically talk about what you read, which is not going to be a long list for me, and you add up the total of the pages. This is my Copile journal now. I also ran these books today through the Copile system. Without going into too much detail, I really did enjoy this. As always for these books, I think that the intrigue is the driven factor, and the score of this wasn't as high as Illuminate, probably because it was a little bit slower to begin with. Obviously they said new characters, so it wasn't like it's a continuation, but the end for me was really well done. It is going both ways for people depending on if they like that type of thing. I definitely did. I can't say what it is because it's a massive spoiler, but I like how much the name of this book now fits the book. I'm just happy that I got back to it, and I fell in love with the characters at the end of it. So when I ran it through Copile, the score was 9, which is the very first point for 5 stars. So it's a very low 5 stars, but it's still a 5-star book, and those are pretty rare for me recently because now I'm like stricter with my stars. Then I read a little bit of The Made You Up. I know this book means a lot to so many people, so my opinion on this really shouldn't reflect on any of that. If this book helped you, if you related to it, then I definitely only celebrated. That's it. So yeah, I only read 30 pages, but from those 30 pages I saw some things that in my mind raised some red flags. I looked at some reviews, and those reviews sort of confirmed my fears about what this book is gonna maybe have, and I knew that it's gonna be bugging me, and I just didn't want to go into it. Maybe at some point I will, and so I just stopped because I didn't want to go into that. I didn't want to do that to myself. And then last but not least, I read They Both Die at the End. It was perfectly timed because literally the last minute of the readathon I finished this book, so I really like this. I thought that I might actually cry because so many people did, but no, that didn't happen. But I do have to say that the end really punched me in the feels. It was really well written. It was a really strong end, and I thought it was a really strong beginning. I absolutely adored the writing style, actually. It's not something that I would say, oh, you know, it's life-changing writing style, but it was really engaging, and especially when writing about something quite depressive like this. Like, Adam Silvera managed to do it in a least shattering way for the reader, because I still got quite depressed because this is a depressing book. One thing I will say that I think in the middle it was a little bit of nothing sort of happening. I wasn't sure why we're still like, I don't know, I think that it was really a bit too stretched in the middle. When I ran this through Copile, I got 8.9. Now 8.9 is 4 stars and 9 is beginning of 5. I sat there for quite a bit thinking, probably too long, maybe I should get a life, thinking of how I actually feel. Would this be in the, you know, top 5s? And I don't think so, but I really still did enjoy it, and it definitely deserves the upper end of 4 stars for me. Loved the ending. I absolutely loved the ending. I really adore the idea behind this book as well. I just thought it was really fun and engaging and depressing at the same time. 373 pages for this one, so that brings us to the total of 1062, which is a decent number. I'm fine with that. So overall, I am a little bit sad that I didn't get to my graphic novel, because I could have just squeezed that in to like make myself feel a little bit better, but also I'm okay with the amount that I read, and I'm like 2 books down now, and my monthly sort of goal, if you divide my Goodreads goal of the year, is 4 books, so I'm halfway there. So all in all, it's really quite fine. Sorry if this was a little bit boring to watch, because it was pretty much just me being like, still reading, still the same book, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you want me to at some point maybe manage to do another one of those. Maybe I really want to actually join in with Read by Zoe and everyone who's participating in the readathons, but it's very hard to the time right. It just so happened that I wasn't working during these days, so it was much easier to control it. Maybe in the future I will even attempt to like not sleep. Could you not? You rat. Look at him. Are you not even ashamed of yourself? Sis. 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 Sis, why don't you care? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!